I have had a lot of sobriety in my life. I've gone several years without drinking. I am an alcoholic, but I kept relapsing, could not understand why.
I started using pot when I was like 12, and then it slowly escalated into more. By the time I was 15 and 16, I had started pretty much doing everything.
Like I said, I started when I was 20, started using. I just always enjoyed the feeling of alcohol.
I started out eating methadone at a very young age, about 6th grade. Ate it all through high school, never really went a day without it. And then I moved on to heroin. Did the heroin probably about 9 years. Moved up to meth.
I have been drinking for many years, still working, holding a job, just hanging out with friends and stuff, every once in a while. Just realizing that when I start drinking, I couldn't stop.
I remember what it was like in the beginning for me to just try to not drink and try to get through life, and just how impossible it was to live life on life's terms and on a daily basis.
My life was really unmanageable. I mean, I was staying up all night to work and just going all day long and just wasn't sleeping and wasn't taking care of myself, and I wasn't eating right. I mean, all of it. And it was just taking a toll on me, it really was.
And so, I made a few bad decisions that, I'll probably be sort of paying for the next few years. I'll be regretting for a long time. And I brought myself here to sort of fix and mend the problems that I had.
I've done a lot of AA. I've been to a bunch of detox centers. I've been to one other rehab that was 30 days. It was an AA-based program. They really, it's a nice program, but AA doesn't really get to the why. Like, I love it and I love the meetings, don't get me wrong. It helped me move forward, kept me sober for a little while.
I mean, I knew I needed help. It wasn't, but when it came time for it to come out of my daughter's mouth, it was a really big awakening.
And even through another program, I learned some tools and I stayed sober. There was just something else wrong with me that I was in complete denial about. And now, by coming here, and I truly believe they saved my life here.
I've been here for 60 days at Choices, and I'm excited to get home to my 2-year-old. I'm excited to see the change in myself and to see other people see it, but most of all, just to know it in my heart.
As far as other people that need help, it's a really hard decision to make. It's, to put yourself in rehab any rehab is going to be a hard decision to make, but as long as you can stick with it, is the best step you can take.
I've been on the fence about coming to a rehab for a long time in my life. I would just say get honest quick, get honest and just take yourself there and make that choice and just pull the trigger to come to a rehab.
You gotta be ready. If you're not ready, it's not gonna work. You gotta put yourself out there as like a sponge and absorb everything you can and take every bit with you. If you're struggling, you definitely wanna be here. You're gonna get help and you'll make friends along the way. And I didn't come in here expecting to make friends, but I have.